Hello, Rum fans. Welcome back. This is Tuesday, the 19th of December. I'm going to be completely honest with you. This is still Monday. I've got big day tomorrow or today as you're watching this with events. I'm going to drink stuff in the morning. Then I've got an event in the afternoon. And I've got an event on Wednesday. So this is probably bad luck and bad juju in the grand scheme of things. But I'm actually filming Tuesday and Wednesday on Monday. Really, really sorry, but that's how it's got to roll. But after that, we are good all the way until Christmas. So Wednesday the 19th, let's dive into it. We haven't had a brandy for a while. Come on, there's much as I know. There's 2 brandies left, from what I can remember. Going into this build your own box. So today, this has to be a brandy. I've never heard of it. It's a VSOP, so it has to be. Yeah, this can't be a rum. This can't be like me being confused by the San Alban thing again. This has to be a brandy cognac VSOP. And I should really read the bottles because that's 2 or 3 times I've done that now on this. I should really read the bottles because it quite clearly says Calvados at the bottom of that. So this is Calvados. This is apple brandy. From Normandy in France, en français. And Alho is like giving me grief for saying limousines. Like, how the bloody hell are you supposed to say limousin casks? Because that's what a lot of brandies, a lot of cognacs, Calvados has all been aged in. I just got to call it limousines. Until you spell it phonetically for me in the comments. That's a private in joke and anyone else that's in that comment. So limousin casks. Roughly 8 years in a cask and apple brandy. That's what I'm saying. So let's get it in our little brandy snifter. There we go. Right. Before I go any further, what have we done with that? You want the price? This is actually bargain basement. I'm quite happy with this if it tastes good. £38.94 from our good friends at Master of Malt. Get next year's advent calendar in there now. Build your own. It's so much fun. And then you forget what you've done and you can just crack on then, can't you? Right. $38.94 translates as into 49.5 US dollars, 45 euros, 73 nearly 74 Australian dollars, and then Canadian dollars, 66.5 Canadian dollars. Right, I am hoping for big, bold apple notes in this. I kind of want some. Come on, let's go. There is absolutely no mistaking that for apple brandy this time. That's very dry. To relate that for those of you that have never had anything like this, think a very dry, crisp UK British cider. Not the American stuff, not your apple juice. We're talking cider, proper cider. You US guys call it, what do you call it, hard cider or something. Proper vintage. Actually, not vintage, proper, but just proper sort of crisp, dry apple cider. That's what we get off there. You get a lovely sort of honeyed wooden note to this. You do get a little bit of barrel aging on it. But it's just this vintage. Again, I come back to Henry Weston's because it's not mass market, but easily available in a lot of supermarkets. And that black bottle, that vintage cider, is kind of around those aromas. You do get a nod to barrel aging in there. But I could be sort of standing here for another 5 or 10 minutes, like smelling the aromas of that. There's nothing else. It is just a touch of wood with crisp, dry apples on there. It smells delicious, right? Let's get this in there. Oh wow, that is elegant. That is sophisticated. Not overly apple. Actually, not apple forward. If you're put off this by being too cidery. It's not. The aroma is kind of like that cidery. But this is just like, this is proper refined. This is a very, very classy kind of Calvados. This is not sweet. You get that fruit. You get that fruity sweetness, but also obviously the acidity as well. But you get that sort of fruity sweetness, but not cloying sweetness. Sometimes if you have rums or something like that have been heavily dosed, you get that little bit of sort of coating around your teeth and your gums. You don't get that. You just get the lovely sort of fruity sweetness on there. And what else do we get? I'd say the aging in those French limousines. Limousin. How do you say that? Come on, Alho. I'm relying on you. You didn't spell it phonetically. Well, you did, but then you put some stupid letters on the end, which actually made no sense. But someone put limousin phonetically in the comments for me. Otherwise, I'm just going to say limousines. But you get that lovely sort of. I keep saying this time and time again. When stuff's been aged in but like virgin oak or whatever, I don't necessarily mind that when it's been aged. It's when it's like previous whiskey casks and all that sort of stuff. And you get those big whiskey and wet, soggy wood and all that malarkey, like a year's like recycled wood and all that. That's what I'm not a fan of. This, you can tell, this is so refined. This is so. This is a joy. This is an absolute. What did I say? This was £39 and just under $50 US. That's going in the shopping basket. Do you know what? I'm going to have to revisit. Forget which one. It was the domain Pacori, wasn't it? Don Fronte. Yeah, Don Fronte, which was kind of more Perry forward, but with apples. To actually, if I was going to pick one or the other, but at face value for 40. I think I could properly get on with that. I really do. Definitely not as refined as a cognac because it is appley and that sort of has got that big sort of fruitness to it. And a lot of people don't like that fruitness when it comes to neat spirits. I kind of do. I can tell it's not like an XO. I can tell it's not like banging in quality, but it is really, really good in quality, if you like. It's the whole VSOP thing versus VS. Each kind of the difference between those two. I potentially more going towards that Don Fronte, potentially, but the price, I think that Don Fronte was like £70, so $80-90 from memory. To round this up at £39 at 50, rounded up $50 at 45 euros, that is going straight in my shopping basket. There we go. Tuesday, what did we say? Tuesday the 19th, done. I'm going to film tomorrow's now as well. So let's crack on.